queen on a mission. Hidden tight, tight, heart full of ambition. Drizzling her oils with a touch so serene. Every dish she crafts is bold, bright and clean. No shortcuts, no secrets, just truth in every bite. She seasons with purpose, she stirs with light. Her cuisine tells a story, rich, pure and wise. Her signature of shimmer as aromas rise. That rise in the skillet makes the whole room sing. Her kitchen is a temple where wildness is king. No rush, no pressure, just rhythm and grace. She plates every meal like a warm embrace. Eat clean, cook clean, live clean. That's her way. Chef Marlene brings.
Hey, 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 hey. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Listen, if you haven't, first of all, hello. My name is Chef Mar Coles, Marlene B. Coles. Listen, I am so happy to have you here in my kitchen on a Wednesday. And I am so excited, if you can't tell, because the Chick Cookbook is published. Yes, it is. I want to thank everyone, the viewers that watch live, the viewers that watch the replay. Thank you for all the wonderful well wishes and congratulations. I just want to say thank you. If this is your first time here, I want to say welcome. In this kitchen, I teach people how to eat clean, cook clean, live clean. The best of my ability. And I hope that you will join us each Wednesday at 1, where I do this live and also give you did you know tips on how to not only eat clean, but how to live clean. So let's jump right into it. As you can see on the screen. And then when tell me where you're visiting my kitchen from. What state, what country, hey, all the things. So I'm doing a recipe from my chickpea book. Let's grab it. Let's grab the book. Let's grab the book. Public service announcement. If you would like to get this book, you can find it on Amazon. It is in paperback and hardback. Also, before I forget, I am doing my launch August 29th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All the information will be on my page, Chef Mark Oils and Cuisine. I hope to see you there so I can sign your copy and we can have a wonderful time. Now let's get cooking. Enough of the announcements. Govern yourselves accordingly, okay? Govern yourselves accordingly. So I am going to do a chickpea breakfast scramble. So the first thing that we need to do, and this recipe is in the cookbook. I mean, it's just so simple. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil. Now, here's the thing. If you do not like or have an aversion to using oil, you can always saute in water. So let's turn our burner on here and get this going on a low, medium heat. And I'm just going to, because we're trying not to use too much oil, but if we need more, we'll just add a splash more. So we're going to get this heated up on our skillet here. And when you're cooking, you always want to turn your handle like away from you so you don't accidentally bump it and hit it and all that stuff. So let's get that on here and get that going. Like a nice medium heat. Let me tell you about the cast of characters, all right, or ingredients. I have organic chickpeas, which I have rinsed and drained. I also have red bell peppers. If you like green and red and yellow and orange, whatever color is a bell pepper, all right? And then I have also a chopped seeded tomato. Take the seeds out, and you do that by slicing it and just taking the guts out. This will prevent our chickpea scramble from being watery. We don't want that. Then I have one sliced onion, and I have also like 3 cloves of garlic. However much garlic that you like, that's what you add. But the recipe calls for garlic, all right, at least 3. I am using today kale. The recipe calls for spinach. Whatever green that you desire to put in, you can put in. That's what I love about cooking. You can make it your own. If you say, wow, I don't like spinach, I like kale, use what you have. And that's what I'm doing today. I love going into my pantry and using what I have. So this is what I had, even though the recipe in the book says spinach. But I use what you got, use what you have. All right. And then I have turmeric, I have smoked paprika, I have salt and pepper. Then I have a secret ingredient. All right. So let's see what's happening here. Okay. So in our pan, our oil, we're going to add our garlic first, but I want it on a low heat because I want this to get like nice and golden brown, but I don't want to cook it too fast. Don't want to cook it too fast. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in. I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. So yes, I'm so excited about my cookbook. It has been a labor of love. If you know me, you know my passion is cooking. I am a real chef. And right now, I'm in the process of retaking my certification. And I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get this done by the 8th. So it's 50 questions that I have to answer and get them done before the 8th. Because that little piece of paper, wherever I go, it talks about food handling, food safety. And if you have ever watched my channel, you know that I try my best to, as part of the eating clean habit, as well as putting clean ingredients in your body, is making sure you're handling your produce, your meat, you're keeping your kitchen sanitized and all the things that are good for food safety, because there are a lot of pathogens can be transferred if you don't know how to properly hold your food when you're taking it somewhere, especially caterers. Oh my goodness. When you have an event and you say the event is from like 1 to 4, and then you don't come to 3, and then the caterer is trying to hold the food, they have to hold it at a certain temperature for a certain amount of hours. And if that is not done properly, pathogens set in, and then people start getting sick, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So if you're hosting an event and you tell people a certain time, please be courteous and come, because it makes it hard on the caterer. And then if you get sick from the food, it's just not the way they cooked it. It's because you were late and they tried to hold it and they didn't hold it at a certain temperature. After a while, you have to throw it away. And then you're like, I want my money back. I want my money back. But because I got sick, well, you didn't show up on time. People, be courteous. All right? Keep the caterer and the food service people in mind. So I am just cooking this until it gets like really slightly toasted, because raw garlic is really pungent and spicy. So we want to knock some of that off, but we want the flavor. We want the flavor. This chickpea scramble can be eaten for breakfast. It can be eaten for lunch. It can be eaten for dinner. You come home from a long day, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's volunteering, and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to throw together? I don't have time. Fast food is not always fast. Um, well, it's fast when you go through the drive-through, but by the time it gets to your body, you wish you like, no, I shouldn't have eaten that. So this is something you can throw together in about 15 minutes, especially if you have all the ingredients. It doesn't take that long at all. So we're just browning this. And this is something, like I said, you can have for breakfast. Put it in your refrigerator in a glass container, and it'll hold over like for a couple of days. But I'm telling you, it's delicious and it's nutritious. Chickpeas have a lot of fiber, a lot of protein. It's good. And also, with this recipe, it can cut back on, you know, the pressure. I don't know if you've seen my video, where I talked about my blood pressure being sky high yesterday. But you know what? I realized my sister was telling me, she said, but sis, you were doing a lot before the person came to your home. You know, anytime you go to the doctor, that automatically sends my pressure up. And then I ate those chips. They were healthy, but it wasn't just the chips. It was the stress of, the doctor's office, but the nurse is coming to my house, and I'm stressed out about that, and oh, it was too much, and my pressure was off the chain. But because of my lifestyle, I knew what I needed to do. Grab my supplements, my essential oils, and when I tell you, my blood pressure came down significantly, so much so until I had to call the office back and say, "Listen, I know what it was when you were here, but guess what? It's not that now. So please put this in my chart. Please put it in my chart." All right, so that's getting toasty. Now I'm going to add some sliced onions. And remember, this is on a low heat because we don't want our garlic to burn, but we want to saute the onions until they're translucent. All right, so we're going to look at our heat. Yes, that's good. And we're going to saute this until it's translucent. I'm not adding any salt at the moment. Don't want to burn anything. I am going to turn this up just a tad bit to get our onions going. If there is any questions, let me know. I'm so excited about my book signing. If you get a book on Amazon and you come to the book signing, I can and will be more than happy to sign it. There's going to be a cooking demo. There's going to be like a little interview. There's going to be food. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. You get a chance to sample and try a chickpea dish that I'm going to be doing a demo on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see some of the faces that may not be able to join me live because you may be working or, other busy things in life. So you get to see me do my thing live. And I get to see your lovely faces and thank you and hug your neck and sign your book and all the things. So we're sauteing this real nicely. Get that in there real good. Saute them down. So what can you pair this with? This is a whole meal in itself. But you can have it with avocado. I'm sorry I don't have one because I ate it. You can add with fruit on the side. Uh, it's just a whole meal in itself. And I love the fact that chickpeas, one 15-ounce can make breakfast. It can make lunch. It can make dinner. It can make a snack, dessert. Look, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip muffins. Oh boy, so good. And not too long ago, if you go back, I made a smoothie, a chickpea smoothie. And I keep saying, which my husband drank the whole thing. So I had to kind of like get the last of it. That's how good it was. That's how good it was. And the question was asked in the interview, what was my favorite recipe? And I said, marry me chickpeas because that's one of the recipes that I started eating chickpeas. I think my very first one really was making a chickpea tuna sandwich. And I was hooked. Chickpea salad, I was hooked. There are so many recipes. There's recipes like, let's see, there's recipes, baked chickpea sticks, chickpea, cashew, broccoli, and garlic sauce, a General Tso's chickpea, um, a chickpea kale salad. You can even make chickpeas in the Instapot, so you don't have to buy them out of the can. Um, Pita pockets and all the wonderful things, all the things, all wonderful. Creamy coconut rice with chickpea. It's so versatile. It is so versatile. So this is getting nice and translucent because we don't want to bite down on raw onions in this recipe. So we're just sauteing them very, very nicely in this pan. And then we're going to go right in and we're going to add our red peppers, which I have sliced. I'm going to add those in. And you said, well, why don't you add everything at one time? Because things cook differently at different times. Um, so I just want to make sure my onions were translucent and my peppers. Now, if you want, whatever is comfortable for you, especially after a long day's work, you want to get out of the kitchen, you want to throw everything in, um, you know, you can. So we're just going to saute this down. And I don't know if you can see quite in the pan, so I'm going to bring it to you. So you can just see what we have going on. Just like that. Just like that. Just saute it up really, really well. I'm holding the handle here so I won't knock it. I know, so to make sure you don't leave it. And so I'm just holding it here. Get those sauteed down very nicely. The garlic, let me tell you, if you don't know how to cook, put onions, garlic, and pepper in a pan, and people think you cook like, oh my goodness, what is that smell? You really can cook. And you can. And you can. Pepper overboard. Jump out of the pan. Get back in. And that's the good thing about sanitizing your area before you start. Make sure your hands are clean. Make sure your apron is clean. If you work in the food industry, review your um, food safety handling, what you should wear, all of that stuff. So those are the things that I have to keep abreast on. And when I go out to eat, I'm just like, I'm very picky. Like, I'm looking at your apron. I'm watching you go in the bathroom with your apron on. No, take it off. No, 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 no. Those things are not acceptable in the food industry. And a lot of times we wonder, why we get sick. So make your own food at home. At least you know what you're putting in it. Nobody's sneezing or coughing over it or coughing in their hand and then holding your plate. There's a whole lot of stuff people don't realize that goes on. So we don't want to cook these until they're absolutely lose all their nutrients. So, if you want leave a little crunch to your peppers, that's good. You can. So we're just cooking that, and this is how it's looking and smelling delicious. Like I said, you can use green pepper, red peppers, whatever kind of peppers that you desire to in this recipe. Now I have some chopped seeded tomatoes. As I said, I'm just going to let that cook a little longer, but you want to make sure that you de-seed your tomato because if we put it in with all of the liquid from the inside of the tomato, it's going to make it really, really liquid, and that's not what we're looking to do. Like I said, I have some organic chickpeas here. I have turmeric, and if you don't want grapeseed oil, you can use avocado oil in this recipe. So yeah, very good. Very, very, very good. So this is looking good. So now I'm just going to add my diced tomatoes. You said, well, when is the chickpeas coming? They're coming. All right. They're coming. All right. Add those tomatoes in there. And we're just going to cook those until they're warm through. We haven't seasoned anything yet. It smells so good. It smells delicious. Absolutely delicious. Brown that up. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to add the turmeric. And how much of that am I going to add? I'm only going to add like a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm going to measure for the sake of you all. I'm going to measure a quarter of a teaspoon. I can find it on. It's just a scant, just a little bit. But I am going to add it to the pan. But I'm going to allow it to bloom. And I'm going to add also a teaspoon of smoked paprika. If you haven't tried smoked paprika, you must try it. Now, I'm telling you what I did. Let me put my tops on because you all know I get clumsy sometimes in the kitchen. So I added it just on the side because I want to toast it a little bit before I mix it in. That brings out the oils in the turmeric and the smoked paprika. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And then now I'm just going to mix it all in. Mix it all in. It gives it a nice golden color. Mix it all in. Yes. Mix that all in. Nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna cut back my heat a little bit. And then now I'm going to add in my chickpeas. Yes. Thank you for coming. The star of the show. I'm gonna add those in. Now, if you want, you can just break this down a little bit by taking a potato masher and mashing some of them, and then they get kind of like crispy on the bottom if you like to do that. But this is going to be so delicious. And then I'm going to let those warm through. I'm going to add now my, I'm going to add my salt and pepper to it. Season high, always season high. Just don't dump it in because you dump it in, you dump in one spot. That's not good. I have some fresh ground pepper here. I'm going to add that. Smells good. Smells so good. Let me show you. Let me show you. Look here. Look, 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 look. Now, for me, sometimes I like to smash mine down a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can find my potato masher. And I'm just going to take, you don't have to do this. But for me, I'm just going to do a little bit of it. Not a lot, not a lot. Just break it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like I said, you don't have to do this part. I just like to do it. Okay? It's all like because it's a scramble. And when you think about scrambled eggs, they're fluffy, they're nice, they're tender. So there we go. Yes, 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 yes. Now, where's the kale come in? It comes in now. It comes in now. And I take my, it calls for 2 cups. I use what I had. I had a baby like 1.5. And I'm just going to stir this in and let this wilt. I'm going to let this wilt down. Stir it in. It's so delicious, so filling. You don't have to do a whole lot. I'm going to have this with a piece of whole grain toast. Like I said, you can have this for lunch, breakfast. This is a breakfast scramble. Make sure we got it all. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Let's sit this here. Now, I told you that I had a secret ingredient. And sometimes when you're eating eggs, you know how you have the egg taste? Well, there's an ingredient that if you wanted this to taste a little bit like eggy, so you can really have that experience of like a breakfast egg, I have something called calamac. Also, it's called pink salt. Well, black salt, but it's pink. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this on here. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so good. But first, I just need to taste what I've already had. So I'm waiting for this kale to break down a little more in the pan. But let me show you what we have so far. Absolutely delicious. Like I said, this could be breakfast, lunch, breakfast, lunch. Let's get it out here. Let's show you what we got. Show you what we got. Show you what we're working with. Look at here. Look. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you smell it? Can you smell it? I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit on that. Yes, baby. Yes, yes, yes. Quick, easy, right to the point. Didn't need my garlic powder because I have fresh garlic. It's frying, sizzling, recycled. Everything goes back where it belongs in the cabinet. Make sure, make sure we clean down everything. And we're gonna serve some up. I have toast. Put this down. There we go. Yes, yes. A chickpea scramble. Just for you. Let's taste it. This is enough for, depending on how many people that you want to feed. If it's just yourself, it's enough for today. You can take it for lunch, okay? Whatever you like. Okay, let's dish it up. Let's dish it up. Let's see if we can get the spoon. Put it off. Grab our spoon. Dish it up. Piece of toast. You can add a little Miko's butter on it. Yes, I have some. Miko's butter, if you're not familiar with it, it's plant-based butter. So I'm just going to spread some of that on here. And look at here. I didn't even taste it. Wait, we have to taste it because we need to know if there's any seasoning that we need. Yes. Yep, there's the toast. So we need to taste it. Dear Lord, we thank you for this food. Amen. Bless the hands that prepared it. That would be me. I need a little bit of onion, a little bit of pepper, and I need a little bit of kale too. So come on, get on, get on, get on. Here we go. Chickpeas. Come on, come on, get on. Ooh, wait. I want to get it all. Get it all. Here we go. See if we needed to add anything else. Don't burn your mouth, Marlene. Mm, 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 mm. So good. Now, just a sprinkle. This smells like sulfur. So if you use this, please, please, please be very gentle with it. I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3 shakes. That's all. It smells like egg. It smells just like egg. So let's see. Let's dish it up. Let's dish it up. Mmm, delicious. Delicious. I have a piece of toast that I am just going to slide it over here, cut it on a diagonal, add some Nico's butter, just a little, just a little pat, just a little pat. Butter the bread. It will melt. Some butter on it. And enjoy your breakfast. lunch, dinner, whatever that you like. I'm just gonna sit that there for a second so they can finish fully melting. And we're going to eat. And we're going to eat. Here we go. And there you have it. This is your chickpea scramble with whole grain um, toast. I love Ezekiel bread. If you can find a bread that really has all the nutrients in it, get it. Dear Lord, we thank you for this wonderful food. Bless the hands that prepared it and all the good nutrients that it's going to do for my body. And the viewers that I know are watching. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Mm, mm, mm. That is so good. It's so good. And if you like a little hot sauce, because I'm like a this is Cholula hot sauce. So I don't know how spicy it's gonna be, but I'm gonna shake, 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 shake it up, and just give a few shakes. Just a few shakes and see how that tastes. See how that tastes. Mm, mm, baby. Mm, with that toast. Mm, so good. Who knew? Who knew that you can make a chickpea scramble with all the goodness? The peppers, the chickpeas, the onions, the garlic, all of those things are beneficial for your body. So give your body what it needs, what it's craving for. You don't always have to go through the drive-through. You can do it at home. So until I see you again, remember to eat clean, cook clean, live clean, and don't forget to get the Chickpea Chick Cookbook. All right, on Amazon. Hope to see you at the launch. Bye bye.